Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp of the Limp, and I'm here with another special treat for you all. I have Trench Club Legacy. Now, recently I covered Aces in Armor, game that is getting ready to come to Kickstarter, and they were nice enough in their gratitude of me doing a little preview coverage of that to actually send me Trench Club Legacy because I had expressed interest in it. So this game is the World War I version of Aces in Armor, but it has legacy components. Legacy components, for those of you who don't know, is basically something that changes the game as you play it, right? So it'll add components, maybe remove components. Sometimes it's stickers that you put on the board, a whole bunch of different things. Gloomhaven is a good example. Gloomhaven, Frosthaven, Risk, Legacy. And I love legacy games. I always loved them. I think that it really can add a lot to a game because if you think about it, Risk is just okay. You know, it is what it is. But Risk Legacy is a lot better. So I liked Aces in Armor, and I liked the thought of having a World War I version of it, and then to find out that there is the legacy component to it. Oh, I just went nuts for that. So again, thank you to PKB Games for sending this to me to try out. I'm going to do spoilers, all right? Right now, we're just going to take a peek at what's in the box. If you don't want to know anything at all about this, this is your chance. Cut off, go away. But I'm not opening any of the envelopes yet, but I do plan on playing it later and kind of seeing what unfolds, seeing what unlocks. And I'm going to reveal it. So just a heads up, if you watch any of the later videos, there will be spoilers in it. So if you don't want to know, don't watch. All right, so here's your chance. Now let's take a peek at what we have in this box here. Okay, whole bunch of stuff. Let's see this. Okay, all right, here we go. We got the rule book. And then this looks like basically the brief on how the legacy components are going to work starting the campaign, because there is a campaign to this. So mission after mission after mission, it kind of gives you something to work towards as you play through a whole bunch of different things. Ooh, I like this. There's a map of Europe that they're going to fight over. Oh, love it. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm already looking forward to this. And again, I said this was the World War I version, so you can see it's very similar with the little player boards, all the different factions, and they're going to have multitudes of different types of units. But these are World War I units, so the very beginnings of tanks, lots of artillery, machine guns, some anti-aircraft, because there are some biplanes and the like down here that can get involved. So very, very early fighter aircraft. I anticipate the rules playing very similar to how Aces in Armor plays, and it's generally what I'm seeing here. It looks to be that if you understand Aces in Armor, you're going to understand this, or vice versa. If you understand Trench Club, then you're going to understand Aces in Armor. I mean, obviously there are some slight differences, you know, different types of terrain, different units, but the gist of how the game plays is very similar. All right, here we go. We got some player boards here. It looks like we've got 4 different factions, and I think I'm going to butcher this, but hopefully I can get it right. So the Germans. So we got a transport unit, but this one doesn't have a combat factor. That's new, or at least new to me, because again, my experience was Aces in Armor. So we have a unit that's specifically designed to tow or transport things, but has no combat factor inherently on its own. I'm guessing that's the AA, different types of infantry. This would be the machine gun infantry. A artillery piece, a bigger artillery piece. Oh, I love the look of that one. That looks awesome. Early armored car, early tank. We got a triplane. And I do believe this game has faction-specific units. So if I remember correctly when reading about this game previously, each one of the factions will have one specific unit that is unique to them. And for the Germans, it appears like they have the Big Bertha. So they have a huge artillery piece. This is double-sided? What's the difference? Is there a difference? What's going on here? What's the difference? Is it just printed double-sided, or is there an actual difference? I'm not seeing a difference. I don't know. It might just be printed out double-sided, so it doesn't matter which way you have it. Okay. This would be British, Austrian, and France, I believe. I'm not as up to date on World War One. I understand the basics of it, though. And again, all the factions are going to have similar types of units. Some of their units will have slightly different stats, whether it be their combat stats or defensive stats. They're going to vary a little bit between the factions. But I do like how, again, we see here they have a unique unit to them. So for the British, we're going to have the Panzer Mark I female. And I don't understand. What's the difference? It's got the little wheel thing behind it. It's got their original Panzer tank, but then there's a different version of it down over here. But then there's a different version of it down over here. Actually, this one's cheaper because you can buy units in this game, and this one costs 5. This one only costs 4. So a cheaper tank to get. All right. For the Austrians, they have, I believe that's an anti-tank gun. Yeah, you can see it's got slight artillery capabilities because it can shoot up to a distance. And it looks like it can shoot tanks up to a distance. Oh, yeah, nice. So they have an anti-tank gun for them. And for the French, oh, they have that early Renault thing like you see in World of Tanks. That's like the starting tank for the French faction, or at least it was back in the day. So they got a very early tank they can use, but they do have their own regular Panzer tank that they can use as well. And again, same type stuff: artillery pieces, big artillery pieces, armor cars, transports, infantry, machine gun infantry, and AA for all our different factions. All right, we have a selection of tokens. This looks like trenches. This is going to be for deployment. I'm sure of that. These are probably control markers. Mines, and then I'm unsure how these are going to work. I don't recognize these. Maybe this has to do with stacks of units. So if you have multiples, right? Maybe that's what this is referencing. I'll have to read in the rules because they are going to be slightly different from Aces and Armor. And here we go. This is that map that I was talking about. This is the campaign map. So this is that legacy component. And it looks, yep. I was just sitting there thinking it looks like there's stickers for it. Oh, no. Some of the stickers have popped out. Look at this, the whole bottom row. I don't get that. Why would only the bottom row get knocked out? You can feel on this that they're like pre-die cut, so they'll pop out easier. But why would it only pop out along the bottom row? I'm going to have to go through the box and pull those out. But I'm guessing these go on here, and it's double-sided. Does that mean you can play through it twice? Now, something cool. They did talk to me and tell me there is a way to play this without doing permanent alterations to a game, because that is a legacy thing. You put stickers on pieces and it changes, right? It becomes its own unique game to you. But if you don't want to do that, if you want to be able to reset it back to square, you can do that. They do have instructions on their website to do that, so you don't have to make the permanent changes. I'll have to see which way I want to go on this one, but that's cool. It looks like they're going to try to take control of different zones across the map, so each faction is going to fight and try to gain these areas for the campaign. I like that. And my guess is these are the stickers that go with that. Now we have three envelopes. Oh, we got some stickers. Slide those back in there. A, B, and C, they feel rather thick. We're not going to open them. Stop. Do not open until told so for all of these. So these are some of those legacy components. We do not get to know what's in there yet. All right, I'm going to slide those little stickers over there so I don't lose them. I'll put them in a little baggie later. Oh, nice mounted board. Oh, I love it. I'm trying not to peek. I'm trying not to peek ahead. But it looks like this is going to be similar to Aces and Armor in that it's double-sided, so we're going to have a green side and a snowy side. Let me see if I can flick it over to show you. Okay, here we go. And here's the snowy side of the map. I'm not going to lay the whole thing out just yet, but if I understand it correctly with this game, it's going to be the forts, these like bunkered positions that you're trying to capture here. In Aces and Armors, you're going after factories. Here, you are going after these bunkers. That's what I'm guessing they are. They look like bunkers. A little door, a little firing slit down over here. All right, so huge map. It's one piece, but it is mounted and it's nice and sturdy, so that's cool. And we have a whole tray full of stuff that we can't open yet. Stop, you can't open, but I want to open. I want to know, I must know. And these, my guess is there are pieces in here, game pieces that will add to the game. I do know the one little, again, spoiler, right here, dip away if you don't want to know. That's your warning. I do know that the Americans get involved at some point. So my guess is there are American units in one of these boxes to start changing up the game. So no clue what this is. It looks like some type of newspaper. We're not going to flip it over. We're not going to look. No peeking here. Here we've got baggies for our 4 different factions, so you can see their units. And the neat part about these, just in case you haven't played the game, let me pull one out. Oh, look. What's that? Metal coins, dude. How cool is that? They got really good components for these games. I'm telling you, good stuff. All right. If you have not played one of these games before, each unit comes with these 2 little pegs on them, and that is how you're going to keep track of things like damage to the unit and its experience, its veterancy level. So as it gains veterancy, as it kills or damages other units, you will put, let me grab them out, these little pegs on it to represent either damage or that experience, and it will make the unit perform better. In other words, when you are rolling your D12s for your hits, it will hit easier, right? This game is on a equal to or under for your hits. So if you start off and you have a value of a 2, you might upgrade your veterancy, and now you're hitting on 4s or under instead of 2s or under, and then it goes to 6 at the highest level. So that's how veterancy is going to work in this game, all based on those D12s. And the little gray ones that you see in there, those are damage markers. So white, yellow, red for veterancy, and gray for damage. And that's going to apply to all the different units in the game. Oh, and these are just the coolest looking little pieces, man. They're going to look so good spread across the board. Look at those big artillery pieces. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to let you guys see it as I play the game. There are solitaire rules for the game, so I'm going to be playing it out. Solitaire. Oh, this is so cool looking. I can't wait to try these out. All right, little stickers. You go down there. Oh, no, another stop. Another stop. Don't open. We can't know thee yet, but we will know thee later. And these, yeah, I think I was right. You're fighting over the forts. Because look, there's a whole stack of these little plastic forts that I'm guessing are going to be spread across the map, and you'll gain control of these. But listen to that. That's nice, thick, sturdy pieces. I know you guys can't see it yet, but oh, those are beautiful. Oh, that's going to look really good on the table mixed with these. I love little mini games like this. Yeah, they're my little guilty pleasure. The little red dice here, you can get bonus red dice for having adjacent units that help you in combat. Same as in Aces and Armor. And we've got our little player aid here for things like damage, how many dice you're going to throw. So if you've got no damage, you'll throw 12 dice. But if you've got 5 damage, you're destroyed at 6 damage. If you've got 5 of those damage markers, you're only rolling 5 dice. And then here it's showing you that adjacency bonus that you get to roll those extra red dice for the chance to hit. But you got to remember, it sounds like a lot of dice, but a lot of these units, like infantry, when they start out, they do not have the best stats. So they're not going to be hitting that well. Actually, let me show you. Let's see. Yeah, like basic infantry, they start out, they're hitting on 2s and under. So you're not going to roll a whole lot of those. And that's kind of across the board for all the units. The best that I see is a 5 with this Renault down here. Yeah, everything else, nope, we got a 6 with the Panzer. So these expensive ass tanks, they're the best. But most things are not hitting a lot. So even though, yes, you're rolling a lot of dice, it doesn't mean that you're going to be getting massive amounts of hits and just blatting stuff all the table. You might. You can roll lucky, but you need to get that veterancy on the units. And then like an upgraded infantry is worth protecting because now it's hitting on 6 or under instead of 2 or under. That's a 3-fold increase on its damage. All right, but that is all the components that we have here for Trench Club Legacy. You guys stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to squeeze in some games of this. That way I can kind of open some of these boxes. And like I said, I am not covering anything up. So if you watch the later on videos when I'm playing it, whatever I'm instructed to open, I'm going to open, I'm going to show, I'm going to talk about it. So I'm not going to hide anything when I'm watching the video. So if you don't want to know, don't watch, right? If you don't want to have it spoiled for you, then don't watch the videos. Now, of course, I want you to watch, but just in case, here's my little warning, so you don't end up getting things spoiled for you. Well, all right, that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay tuned. I cannot wait to start popping some of these boxes and see what kinds of little goodies and special treats are in there and try to kind of play out a campaign and see who is going to win. All right, y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.